Did you know women form judgments about men in just a few seconds? Most men don't realize this happens, and as a result, they often miss opportunities for connection, attraction, and respect without even knowing why. It's not about how flashy your clothes are, how much money you make, or even how funny you think you are. It's the small, subtle signals that you give off, your presence, your posture, your energy, that communicate who you really are. And here's the problem. Most men are completely unaware of these signals. They're reacting, overthinking, or trying to impress instead of understanding the natural psychology behind attraction. Today, I'm going to break down 7 psychological triggers that women notice instantly. These aren't tricks or gimmicks. They're rooted in how humans respond to confidence, emotional control, and authenticity. By understanding and applying these triggers through the Stoic mindset, you can transform the way you're perceived in social situations, dating, or even professional environments. Stick around and pay attention. Some of these triggers might be things you're already missing without realizing it. Micro-engagement. Which of these do you think you already have? Imagine walking into a room. You might think people don't notice you right away, but the truth is women and people in general start forming judgments about you in mere seconds. She glances your way and, before a single word is exchanged, she has already picked up on things like your confidence, your energy, and even your emotional state. Most men completely underestimate this. They think attraction or respect comes from saying the right thing, telling a funny story, or trying to show off. They rely on flashy lines, overconfidence, or sheer luck to make an impression. But that's exactly where most men go wrong. Because the signals women actually respond to are not flashy, they're subtle, psychological, and rooted in how you manage yourself in the moment. These signals aren't about external validation or performing for someone else. They're about your presence, your composure, and the way you carry yourself. Women are wired to pick up on emotional control, authenticity, and confidence almost instinctively. A man who seems tense, uncertain, or scattered communicates weakness without saying a word. A man who is calm, grounded, and self-aware immediately projects stability and reliability. That's why some men effortlessly draw attention without trying, while others struggle endlessly despite doing all the right things they've read about online. If you've ever felt invisible, overlooked, or misunderstood in social situations, dating, or even at work, this is exactly why. You might be putting in effort, trying to be interesting or funny, or attempting to impress. But if your energy isn't aligned with these subtle psychological triggers, it's like shouting into a void. Mastering these triggers isn't about luck or pretending to be someone you're not. It isn't about rehearsed lines or surface-level charm. It requires something much deeper. Awareness of yourself, disciplined control over your thoughts and emotions, and the ability to project that calm, confident energy outward. This is where the Stoic mindset comes in. Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's practical training in self-mastery, presence, and emotional control. By learning how to observe yourself, manage your reactions, and act intentionally, you begin to naturally communicate the traits that people, especially women, are wired to notice. And the best part? Once you understand and apply these principles consistently, you stop relying on chance, luck, or external validation. Instead, attraction, respect, and influence start coming naturally, because you're operating from a place of genuine control, confidence, and authenticity. Micro-engagement. Think about it. How much of your energy right now is working for you, and how much is working against you? Here are the 7 psychological triggers women notice instantly, and how Stoic wisdom can help you naturally develop them in your everyday life. These are not tricks or gimmicks. They're real signals that communicate confidence, control, and reliability without a word. Understanding and applying them consistently can completely change how you're perceived, whether in dating, social situations, or even at work. 1. Calm presence. Women notice when a man is calm and composed. It doesn't matter if the room is chaotic or if someone says something provocative. How you respond in those moments speaks louder than anything you could say. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's the essence of this trigger. A man who can maintain composure, who doesn't overreact or get flustered, communicates strength, stability, and reliability. is magnetic because it shows you're in control of yourself, not your environment. Women sense this almost immediately, even subconsciously, and it draws them in because calm presence is rare and reassuring. 2. Posture and body language. This is one of the most overlooked triggers. The way you carry yourself sends signals long before you speak. Straight shoulders, an open stance, grounded feet. These are subtle but powerful indicators of confidence. Psychology research shows that posture communicates dominance, stability, and assertiveness, all without saying a word. Slouching, fidgeting, or closed-off body language conveys insecurity and low self-esteem. By practicing strong posture daily and being conscious of your movements, you're projecting confidence and reliability in every interaction. 3. Focused attention. Nothing communicates value more than genuine, undivided attention. When you actively listen, maintain eye contact, and engage without distraction, you're signaling that the person in front of you matters. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." Applying this principle, not only will women notice your attentiveness, but people in general will feel respected and understood. Focused attention creates connection instantly, and it sets you apart from men who are distracted, self-centered, or always looking for validation. 4. Emotional control. How you handle your emotions is a huge determinant of perception. Quick temper, anxious energy, or overexcitement repels, while calm, measured responses convey strength and reliability. Women notice this instinctively because emotional stability signals that a man can handle stress, challenges, and even conflict without losing control. Stoicism teaches that your internal state is yours to master. By practicing self-awareness and reflection, you can learn to respond deliberately rather than react impulsively, which instantly elevates your perceived value. 5. Purpose and direction. A man with clear goals and direction in life is naturally magnetic. Women are drawn to men who act with intention and demonstrate that they are moving toward something meaningful. Chaos, aimlessness, or indecision is a turnoff because it communicates lack of discipline and vision. Purpose is visible in the way you speak, the way you plan your time, and the confidence with which you navigate the world. It's not about arrogance, it's about being deliberate, and that sense of clarity is something women notice immediately. 6. Subtle humor and charm. Humor isn't about telling jokes all the time. It's about light, situational humor that communicates intelligence, social awareness, and emotional balance. Women notice when a man can lighten the moment, read the room, and respond playfully without forcing it. Subtle charm shows that you're comfortable with yourself, not dependent on constant approval, and that emotional control extends into your social interactions. It's a micro-signal that communicates confidence and ease, which is highly attractive. 7. Authenticity and integrity. Finally, nothing is more noticeable than a man who is genuine. Women, and people in general, can sense when someone is being fake or trying too hard. Stoicism teaches living in accordance with your principles and acting consistently with your values. Authenticity communicates that you're trustworthy, self-aware, and real, and those traits are picked up instantly, often unconsciously. You don't have to tell anyone who you are. Your integrity shows through your actions, your energy, and the way you interact. Micro-engagement. Think about it. Which of these do you already show consistently, and which ones are you ignoring or neglecting? Mastering these 7 triggers isn't about pretending or performing. It's about internalizing the principles, building awareness, and practicing disciplined habits. Over time, these subtle shifts become second nature, and you'll notice the way people respond to you changes. Women will perceive you as confident, composed, and magnetic, not because of what you say, but because of how you exist in the world. This is the practical power of applying Stoic wisdom to everyday interactions. Control yourself first, and influence naturally follows. Here's how to start applying these 7 psychological triggers today, step by step. You don't need to do everything at once, and you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. Even small, consistent changes in how you carry yourself, manage your emotions, and interact with others can create noticeable shifts in how women, and people in general, perceive you. 1. Practice daily presence. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes if you want, and simply observe your thoughts and emotions without reacting to them. Notice when your mind wanders, when judgments arise, or when anxiety or frustration pops up. This practice may seem simple, but over time it builds a calm, grounded presence. You'll find that in social situations you're less reactive, more composed, and better able to respond intentionally instead of impulsively. Women and others pick up on this immediately. They feel your stability without you saying a word. 2. Check your posture. Posture is like a silent announcement to the world. Stand tall when walking, keep your shoulders back, and maintain a natural, relaxed eye contact. Avoid slouching, crossing your arms defensively, or fidgeting. These small, physical adjustments communicate confidence and authority without needing to speak. Over time, this not only changes how people see you, it changes how you see yourself. When you move with intention and poise, people respond differently. More respectfully, more openly, and more attentively. 3. Engage with focus in any conversation, whether with a woman, colleague, or friend. Give your full attention. Put your phone away. Stop thinking about what you're going to say next. Instead, really listen. React to what they're saying rather than planning your next point. This demonstrates value, respect, and presence. It's an incredibly rare skill, and it immediately sets you apart. Women, and people in general, feel appreciated and understood when they have your undivided attention. 4. Control emotional triggers. Anger, frustration, or anxiety can leak out in micro-expressions, tone, or body language even if you don't realize it. When you feel these emotions rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Count to 3. Respond deliberately, rather than reacting impulsively. This doesn't make you robotic. It makes you composed and reliable. Emotional control communicates strength and maturity. Women notice this almost subconsciously because stability is a highly attractive trait. 5. Clarify your purpose. Take some time to write down 3 personal or professional goals. Make them specific and actionable. Then act toward them daily, even in small steps. Women are drawn to men who have direction and purpose because it signals discipline, self-awareness, and the ability to take control of life. Purpose doesn't need to be grand or flashy. It just needs to exist. When you live intentionally, your energy changes. People notice a man who knows where he's going and what he stands for. 6. Use subtle humor. Humor doesn't mean trying to be the life of the party or telling jokes constantly. Practice small, situational humor that fits the moment. Light teasing, witty observations, or a clever comment shows intelligence, social awareness, and emotional balance. Humor signals ease and confidence, and when used sparingly, it can make you more approachable and magnetic. The key is subtlety and timing. Overdoing it can backfire, but done right, it's a powerful microsignal of your composure and intelligence. 7. Live authentically. Identify one area of your life where you're compromising your values or acting inauthentically. Commit to correcting it this week. Authenticity is something people can sense immediately, even if they can't put it into words. Living in alignment with your principles communicates integrity, trustworthiness, and strength of character. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent and real. Women are naturally drawn to men who are genuine because it signals reliability and emotional security. Apply even a few of these consistently, and you'll notice a tangible shift. People start responding differently. Conversations flow more naturally. Women pick up on your energy and presence. You carry authority without having to speak it, and attraction becomes a natural byproduct of the mastery you're developing over yourself. These shifts aren't instant magic. They grow over time as you practice and internalize them, but the difference becomes clear quickly. If you want more insights like this, rooted in practical Stoic philosophy and modern human psychology, subscribe to the channel, hit like, and leave a comment sharing which trigger you're going to start working on today. Master yourself first, and everything else, respect, attraction, influence, follows naturally. This is not about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the man who commands presence, respect, and confidence simply by existing with clarity, control, and authenticity. Micro-engagement. Which of these 7 steps will you start applying today? And which do you struggle with the most?